A few weeks ago, a B2B retailer approached us for SEO, and in the initial conversation, as always, I asked how did they find us. The answer, ChatGPT. So the time has come. AI search engines are no longer the future, no, they're now reality. And because there wasn't a person who has Googled, read a guidebook or searched a website anymore, instead, an AI did the pre-selection, and that changes everything. So in this episode, we take a look why AI search engines like ChatGPT, Perplexity, etc. are now completely changing the classic SEO game, and why your business should act now if it wants to stay visible in this new era. I will show you how you can influence the output of ChatGPT, what adjustments you can make, and 7 clear and practical optimizations that you can already implement today to be present in AI-supported search queries. Because the answer to the question, how can you be found via ChatGPT, is not really magic, no. It requires a completely different understanding of relevance. Let's jump straight in. By the way, my name is Robert and I've been supporting B2B companies with professional search engine optimization since 2018. And if you would also like to generate more visitors and leads on your website, then just get in touch for a free consultation call at robertsiegers.com. So let's start with the big question here. Why is AI SEO relevant now? Well, first of all, AI search engines are also relevant in the B2B sector, not just for B2C companies. What we are seeing is that more and more specialists and managers, including those in technical industries, are now using AI search engines such as ChatGPT or Perplexity to find information more quickly and more specifically. So instead of clicking through 10 websites, they pose their context-based question via a prompt directly into an AI, and they receive a summarized answer with a ton of references here. And we'll have a look how that looks in a bit. But this is also the point where it gets absolutely exciting, because whether your company appears in this answer or not determines whether you are still visible at all in pure AI search engines. For Google search, that means what used to be the top rank on Google, number 1, number 2, number 3, that is now a mention in an AI answer field without a click. And we saw this in our last episode as well on Google AI Overviews, which I will link to you up here. And what we also discussed there is AI overviews do not yet affect every industry, but the change is still clearly recognizable, because anyone who's listed as a provider in more complex B2B topics, whether in best manufacturer for plastic housings, energy consulting for mechanical engineering, or industrial solutions for waste heat recovery, will have a clear visibility advantage in the AI future still. And that's why now is the right time to get to grips with AI SEO. So how can AI output in those search engines be directly influenced? In concrete terms, how can I influence what ChatGPT, Perplexity, or other AI search engines display and who they recommend? The answer is you can influence the output of those search engines much more than you might think. Because even if ChatGPT and others seem like magic machines, they need data sources. And this is exactly where you can start to optimize. The output of those systems is always based on classical search engines. For ChatGPT, it is Bing Search. For Google AI Overviews, it's obviously Google Search. Perplexity has even its own index. But ChatGPT also crawls the open web with its own bot as well, similar like Perplexity. And if your website is excluded from those crawlers, for example through an incorrect robots.txt, then you've lost the game before it even starts. So that's pretty important. What's also important to understand for the output of AI search engines is the following. The answers or search results do not work like classic SEO with a stable ranking at number 1. No, ChatGPT answers are dynamic in a way. And if you enter the same question twice, you may get 2 different answers here with different resources. So the goal in AI search engine optimization is not to get rank number 1, but to appear statistically as often as possible by building targeted content that is made for AI search engines. And that doesn't just apply to ChatGPT. For Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, and others, the rules of the game are pretty similar. We can test the whole thing now using an example. Okay, I put that into ChatGPT. I say I'm a managing director of an industrial manufacturer of copper wires and alloys from Cologne. Just an example. And I would like to increase my website visibility in order to receive new inquiries. Help me to find the best SEO service provider in the Cologne area. Ideally, they should specialize in B2B SEO and have experience with companies like mine. And when I send that prompt, I get a lot of recommendations here. For example, this company, but Seegers Media is also mentioned twice here in the sources, and that's a good thing. We have been statistically mentioned more than other companies, for example. Okay, and that's the goal. This is what I'm saying here. Because we have two sites, the B2B SEO agency website or URL and the URL focusing on industrial companies, B2B manufacturers and retailers, we have more output and therefore we statistically appear more often than maybe this company here. ChatGPT search results are not only determined by the results from Bing search, for example, but probably also determined from partnerships that OpenAI has with various companies. Originality.ai, they have an actual list here online from all of the cooperation partnerships that OpenAI has with other companies. And therefore, those companies can influence, or let's say they have an advantage in the search results or in the source results on ChatGPT, might have. Okay, I don't know. But we have Time here, we have Apple here, Vox Media, Reddit, those kind of things. So a lot of big companies, also media companies, maybe they can influence those results that we see here or get mentioned more often than other companies. Okay, now to the practical part. What specific optimization measures and tricks can you take to increase your visibility now in AI search engines? And before you ask, no, this has nothing to do just with the buzzword content here, but with relevant visibility in a world where answers now come directly without 10 blue links. So here's a practical 7-point checklist. Number 1, write content for search answers, not for rankings. What do I mean by that? So many companies write all their content according to the old Google pattern, so just long text, SEO keywords in, done. But AI search systems work differently. What you need now is short, comprehensible blogs with answers to specific questions. So that means articles could still be long, that's correct, but the structure should be clearly recognizable. Question, answer, detailed. And also the place of the answer is important. Place those direct and clear answers on the top of your article. And that's because all the crawlers of the AI search engines, they have credits. And the longer they need to crawl, the more credits they need to spend. So they often just crawl the upper part of an article. We do that, for example, here in our own article. That's our German article on Google Ads for B2B. And we have this pretty clear short form answer box for the most important topics regarding in that context. Another tip here, also be sure to start using ChatGPT for yourself and your projects if you haven't done it yet, because this way you only understand how it feels like, how it works like, and you can always ask yourself for every topic that you publish on, would ChatGPT be able to quote this? Number 2, make sure you have the technical fundament for AI crawlers. So the most important key thing here that many overlook is if ChatGPT, etc. are not allowed to read your website, you're out. So do not block out ChatGPT and other bots. Be indexed in Bing as well, because ChatGPT accesses it, and ChatGPT is the biggest AI search engine. Also check our PDF catalogs, price sheets, technical data. Are those found on the manufacturer and retailer website of yours? Are they really crawlable, or do you outsource them as a PDF? Especially in the industrial sector, a lot of knowledge is hidden in those hidden formats, so make it machine readable. Put it directly on your website. Structured data is definitely also a big keyword here when it comes to AI search engines, so work with clear tables and present technical data and processes or summarized boxes adequately in info guides. Number 3, getting to the heart of industry knowledge. That means also look for sources that are concrete and factual for your company. If you're a B2B manufacturer, a retailer or service provider like our customers from our agency, then this one is one of your strengths, so definitely play it out. For example, clearly show which standards your products meet. Explain when which procedure is worthwhile. Provide applicable knowledge instead of just product descriptions. In short, don't say, we are the best. Say, this is how our expertise works and how it works in practice. Number 4, build brand presence in the right places. So not only your own website counts, but also where you are mentioned and linked outside of your own page and universe. That means appear in specialist directories and on comparison sites. Also, paid premium entries can also be useful here. I don't want to advertise them, but for example, wlw.de or .com. Get quoted as well in industry publications. Be linked to cooperation partners such as suppliers, to customers, and to partner companies. Many AI systems access such pages of your partners as well, of course, and when you are linked there, when you are mentioned there, then you are more likely to appear in the AI output. And I also emphasized the topic of mentions in the previous video about the AI overviews that I just already linked to you below this one. Step number 5. Don't be a copycat, but build unique content. And unique content also sounds like a bit of a buzzword here, but what I mean by that is what AI loves is when you contribute something that only you can deliver. Exclusive or unique types of content. And that may be in the case, for example, first-hand experience from your own projects and clients, process data or real application examples of your products, or also a simple, clean visualization of a complex process. You don't have to be an institute here to deliver relevant content. No, you only need to do one thing, be practical and relevant. Number 6, regularly maintain and contextualize your content. When an AI search engine such as ChatGPT or Perplexity chooses between two sources, it always usually takes the more up-to-date one. So check your content regularly, add new developments, industry changes, legal updates, and link relevant sources. For example, when you publish commodity prices, even externally, also recognize the context of the information here. And number 7, making expert knowledge visible. A big issue that I have to deal with our customers from time to time is that many industrial companies have specialist knowledge, but it is not written down anywhere, especially not on their website. And that is precisely why our product managers are now also involved quite often in the content creation process. So we give them the content briefings and briefly check the headline structure. And you can also do that. So simply ask your experts to give a brief assessment. Your recommendation for this is XYZ. In addition to the simple assessment, you can also include expert quotes in the content. Expert knowledge and case studies can be perfectly integrated into informative guidebooks, articles, for example, as our customer here is doing for heat exchangers. Okay, this is a super specific article, it's in German, but they have, for example, calculations here. They have a specific video just for the galvanic industry where they explain how an heat exchanger works for them. And this is really specific content for the use case of this article. So let me know in the comments if those 7 steps were helpful for you and your company. And if you have some additions, also let me know. If you wish support and SEO consultation in this new era of AI search engines, you can get a free consultation call at robertsiegers.com. Definitely check out the first link in the description. And I see and speak to you in the next episode here on the channel. Have a great day.